I'm Graham Winter, Executive Director, Think One Team International, a psychologist, consultant to many leading companies, and I've also been the Chief Psychologist for 3 Australian Olympic teams. Yeah, I think volatility is a big issue for organisations at the moment. One of my clients described it recently as being like a roller coaster, and I think that's what's happening. I think organisations are on almost it is a bit of an emotional roller coaster and probably a strategic one as well. There are a lot of things causing the volatility. Technology, I think, is a very obvious one. Boundaries are breaking down, so competition is obviously fierce. And I think we really haven't got over the global financial crisis and the effect on the capital markets. So I think every organisation's facing disruption, and the disruption's coming from at least one, if not more, of those factors. The companies that I see that are best at adapting understand the fundamental principle of adapting. And I know it sounds really simple, but I think a lot of organisations, they look around and go, how do you adapt? What do we do? Do we restructure? Do we become more innovative? What do we do? I mean, there's a really simple answer to it. You've got to get better at learning. The organisations that adapt are good at learning. So the question, I think, for most organisations is, how do you infuse into your leadership, your teamwork, your performance practices, the way you do change, how do you infuse that learning? There's some principles that I found when researching my book, and they're not a set of principles that that you'd put up on the wall, but they were the 5 things that I saw organisations doing, and I can go through them pretty quickly. Number 1 was the organisations that thrive in agility or agile environments are really good at co-creating. Secondly, they're not structure focused. They're very much focused around the ability to create nimble, connected teams. So it's good teams, and then it's tools and processes that help them to connect those teams. The third one, which I think a lot of our executives enjoy, we call it be brave, not busy. So it's making the call about what's important and what's not important. The fourth one, we call leap, learn, adapt. This is the ability to learn quickly, to run experiments, to cut things off if not working. And the final one, which always gets a laugh, is let go, welcome the squirm. Because as we say, if you're not squirming, you're not learning. And I think that's, when it all boils down, so many organisations, I think, get a little over concerned about, is everybody happy, is everybody engaged, and so on. Engagement's important, but you've got to have a level of squirm if you're going to learn and grow. I think the ones that are doing well are the ones that can accommodate that.